Ladies and gentlemen, we are live.
What's up? What's up? Lord Skunk here, lordskunk.com, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes live show. I hope everybody is having a very skunky Christmas so far. I am super excited. We're going to be drawing the winner of the $100 gift card live tonight. If you haven't done so yet, you have until 9 p.m. Eastern time. That's roughly 30 minutes to get in. You got to go to lordskunk.com/gift card. You still got a little bit of time left to get in there. Make sure you head over and do that immediately if you have not entered into the drawing. If you've already entered into the drawing, excellent news. We'll be drawing the winner later tonight during the live show. So you will know tonight if you are $100 richer tonight to put towards your Christmas fund. Maybe you'll buy something for old Skunky D. You never know. You never, ever know. So we're going to have a few guests with us here tonight. Super excited. Not as many guests as normal. Obviously, it's Christmas time, so a lot of people are out doing their stuff, their Christmas stuff. But I broke away from the family because we got to give away this $100 gift card, and we have some awesome news, some sad news too, which we'll talk about here in a minute. But let's get into it. First off, thank you to all of our patrons. Support the live show and the content for $1 a month and get special Discord statuses like hanging out with us in a voice chat during the live shows. Details over at lordskunk.com/support. And also some other good patron news. We just reached our first goal on Patreon. So congratulations to myself and the rest of the team and all of our patrons for helping us out. Help us reach our next goal, and I will get a webcam for a face reveal on the live show and our other video content. Yes, you heard me correctly. Help us reach our next goal, and you will be able to see yours truly, the one and only Lord Skunk, Skunky D, the Skunkalicious one, the illustrious one, live, in person, face reveal on a live show. Head over again, lordskunk.com support. Now, some other good patron news. We just added another patron level. This is by popular request. We have a new sponsor level patron reward tier has been added. So you get all the rewards from all the other tiers in addition to your site, your page, your YouTube URL, or whatever you're trying to promote, as well as your your ally code promoted on the live shows and other video content. So if you look, we already have one of our patrons grandfathered in. It is Wild Grunt. Make sure you check out his YouTube page. It is, you can see when you see his name on there, it is up there with a link or with the URL to his YouTube. So if you want to do that now, just another, if you don't have a page or a website or a YouTube URL that you want to promote, you just want to promote your ally code, you could do that. I actually took my ally code down. I have my ally code up for since I've been doing this pretty much, and I get 100 ally requests a week at least. So if you want allies, you can join as a patron. So not only are you helping us, the channel, the website, all the stuff that we do, but you can help yourself by putting your ally code up there, or your webpage or your YouTube or whatever it might be. So again, head over to lordskunk.com/support to sign up to our Patreon. Check out more information on what we have going on over there. Really appreciate it to all of our patrons. If you're a patron, get over here and live chat with us, hang out with us. Merry Christmas. So last chance again to enter that $100 gift card giveaway for a Very Skunky Christmas. The winner will be drawn at the end of the live show tonight. So lordskunk.com/gift card to enter right now if you haven't done so yet. The live show is brought to you by Gamefly. Get 1 month free for all lordskunk.com viewers when you sign up for Gamefly today at lordskunk.com/Gamefly. And if you have a question you want answered on the live show, we'll answer those too at the end of the show. Make sure you follow at LordSkunk1 on Twitter and tweet with #AskSkunk. We got quite a few good questions up there. So if you got a question you want to get in, we'll probably have a spot for a few more if you want to get a question in. So again, follow at LordSkunk1 on Twitter and tweet with #AskSkunk. All the Star Wars Galaxy Heroes guides, resources, and everything you need for raids, characters, ships, mods, and more, you can find at SWGOHguides.com. It's that simple. SWGOHguides.com. We have all the best guides over there for you. Everything that you possibly need is there in that guide database. And join us on the forums at SWGOHforums.com. There's some additions we're going to be adding to the forums. We're going to be able to embed videos and things like that, playlists and whatnot. So if you're a YouTuber, if you're doing video, you're doing content, you're going to want to check that out. Make sure you head over to SWGOHforums.com. Tonight's show, Here's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be looking at the SWGOH weekly news. We're going to be looking at the weekly meta report, the top 10 list of the week. This week, we're going to be looking at the top 10 rebels in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. We're going to be giving away that gift card. The winner will be drawn, and then we'll do our questions and answers. And then, of course, the live show after party will be on the LordSkunk.com Discord server. We'll be giving away ally codes and all kinds of other good stuff. We won't be going too crazy probably tonight since it is the holiday season and we got a lot of stuff going on. But we will try to do some fun stuff over there after the live show over in the LordSkunk.com Discord. So let's get right into it. Is my homeboy McLeod with me?
Hey, right here.
McLeod's okay. You're kind of coming in kind of quiet. Let's turn you up a little bit. What's going on?
All right. Jenna, how's that?
That's better, man. That's very good.
There you
very
go.
Good. So McLeod's got some tidbits for us, an update on our merch that we talked about last week. We'll get to that here in a minute when we get to that section. But let's bust into this Galaxy of Heroes news report. I didn't think there was going to be a lot of news. I didn't think there was going to be a lot for us to discuss this week. But there is some stuff. But first, I want to get into kind of some sad news. Our hearts are heavy at the moment as reports have come in that Carrie Fisher suffered a massive heart attack earlier today on a flight from London to LA and is currently in critical condition. Now, I've heard I had some updates since then, since I got our news report ready. It does look like that she has pulled through at least. She's out of critical condition, so hopefully she will be recovering. So hashtag prayers for our princess. That's what we're looking for right now. Prayers for our princess. We want to make sure that we wish her a speedy recovery. Nothing worse than going through something like this during the Christmas season. So let's get into the news. The daily login character, as we talked about before, was Finn. As previewed in the last update, Finn is the new daily login character for January. Finn now deals more bonus damage with Crack Shot and has increased chances to expose and stun his enemies with Takedown. Hold the Line now grants increased healing and shares that healing with Poe Dameron. Additionally, the Omega upgrade for this ability now gives Finn the ability to dispel all debuffs from all allies. So lots of this, we're seeing lots of debuff stuff. B2 has it, TIE Fighter Pilot has it. Balanced Tactics has been reworked to grant more offense and much more defense. This ability also gains a brand new Zeta upgrade, giving your resistance allies more synergy with Foresight and Expose. So what's going on, McLeod? How are you doing on your Finn?
My Finn is not there. I've not been working on him. I pretty much got him up to scratch for getting through the mod battle challenges, and I did that mostly by slamming loads of mods on them. So after that, he kind of fell by the wayside in favor of other stuff.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you for the most part. I did get him up to complete that challenge. I think he is 7-star, and I think he might be purple geared, but low purple geared. So we'll see. We'll see as more stuff comes out about him. We'll see some additional videos and see some people in the community that start to use him. We'll see what happens. But additionally, some adjustments have also been made to Poe and Resistance Trooper. Poe Dameron, Resistance Bravado, Omega upgrade now inflicts buff immunity on target enemy as well as a plus 15% exposed chance. Stand Firm bonuses are now also granted to Finn, and upgrade 6 adds whenever Poe loses taunt. Finn gains taunt for 1 turn, so that's very interesting. We'll see some type of synergies there. So again, more buff immunity, more buff removal on a lot of these new updates and new characters are putting in. Resistance Trooper, Opportune Strike, Omega upgrade now dispels all buffs from target enemy as well as plus 15% damage. Unlock Finn and revisit your Resistance squad today. So we'll see how this is all going to pan out. I'm not huge on the Resistance. We talked about them before in the past. There's probably not going to be a lot of new Resistance characters released until we get closer to the movie next year. So I think for the Resistance, this is good. Maybe if people are trying to still get through those mod challenges, but I don't know if that's going to be the new meta, at least in the near future for Resistance. What do you think, McLeod?
Yeah, I can't really see them having much use in any particular area of the game. The only thing I can think of, having gone through a whole bunch of these new quickfire tournaments that have been coming out, is that it might be useful just to have an entirely complete squad that might save you some ally points there in having all the different factions complete. But apart from that, I can't really see any real incentive to go after buffing out an entire Resistance team when there's you could probably make up about 3 full Rebel teams right now at this point, which all need gearing and resources. So kind of wait and see on those. Maybe a few of the whales will have enough resources just to max them out, and then we'll see if they're any good or not.
Yep, good stuff. We'll just have to kind of wait and see on them. So the Going Rogues, can't even speak. Going Rogue Squad Tournament, okay, which they announced, they talked about it, and then bam, it's canceled. So it was going to be from December 28th to December 29th, and it was going to reward Cassian's U-Wing ship blueprints. This is no longer going to happen, so this is now canceled. And they're saying, this is what they told us, going rogue, going away is what they said. So if you notice an upcoming tournament missing from your events lineup, it is not a bug. The Going Rogue Squad tournament has been canceled and will not be released. It will be released at a later date. What that date is has yet to be determined for the new year. Now, I'm unsure. I had a lot of people ask me this on social media and various mediums. I don't know really why they did it. The only thing I can think of is maybe because they're releasing like tournaments like every other day, and people just don't have the ally points. I don't know. I don't know really what their reasoning is for doing it. But for whatever reason, they're at least canceling it for 2016. It should pop up at some point in 2017. So we won't be seeing the U-Wing for Cassian at least this year. So interesting. The Emperor Demise was super popular right now. Obviously, it just launched today, so people are super excited. I've seen on all the different Facebook groups I'm in. People are posting pictures of their 7-star Palpatine. So that's exciting. Are your rebels prepared? Then come find out what it takes to complete the Emperor's Demise event. Join the battle and 7-star the infamous leader of the Galactic Senate, Emperor Palpatine. Now, you already had your 7-star Palpatine, did you not?
Yeah, I did. I got him the first time around.
Did you? Yeah,
so
me too.
That's pretty good.
Too. Yeah, so but a lot of people did not have him. Now, it was 4 months the last time they did it. So really cool that people are getting him. Yeah, I mean, he's a fun character. Obviously, he's one of the major players in the Star Wars universe. So very interesting there. Glad that people were able to get him. If you have not got him yet, make sure you check out a little bit later in the show. We're going to have our top 10 rebels, and those are going to be great characters to help you slay the old Emperor Palpatine. Okay, so another squad tournament. So this is the Boarding Action Squad tournament. That's going to return on January 1st, so New Year's Day. You're going to be able to earn blueprints for Darth Vader's personal ship, the TIE Advanced X1, which is probably, if not the best ship in the game, is one of the top 3 best ships in the game. This Imperial vessel is available in the Boarding Action Squad tournament. Starting Sunday, you will need to be at least level 30 in order to have a chance for adding the ship to your collection. Once unlocked, this powerful ship can be piloted by Darth Vader and added to your fleet. Dominate the leaderboards in the Boarding Action Squad tournament to earn Darth Vader TIE Advanced X1. These are for all of you that still have any ally points left over from after doing Jyn Erso and Cassian, which you just had recently. So we got a couple more days to accumulate those ally points and get ready to roll for Vader. Now, the good thing is a lot of the big high-level players already did this. They already got this character, not this character, but the ship. So that kind of makes it nice. Maybe it's for some of us lower-level players, like myself and you, McLeod. Maybe we'll have a chance to get a halfway decent TIE Advanced X1. Are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, I'm not concentrating too much on ships right now. I think I'm going down the same kind of line you did, and I'm focusing a little bit more on my arena at the moment because it's getting real tight with all these new rebels coming out.
Yeah, arena's nuts right now, man. Arena's nuts. I mean,
Yeah,
literally, it's not even it's just the fact that it's so time consuming now because I'm moving around so much. I'm moving more than I've ever moved before. I've never been out of like the top 25, like ever. And now the other day I logged in. I think it was yesterday. I logged in. I was like 41. Like I've never been there ever. And, since February when I started playing the game. It's crazy. I used to never leave like the top 5 and then never the top 10 and never the top 20. Now I'm up to like 40. It's just so time consuming to get back in. To your spot. So it'll be curious to see how these servers do. It seems like for a while there, it almost seemed like a lot of PvP. I talked to a lot of different players. Maybe you saw this as well. It kind of seemed like their server was almost actually kind of even dying out. Like people weren't as they weren't having to fight at all at their payouts. They were just able to get it pretty easy. But now it just seems like things are picking up. So these servers are done. Your server that you're on, more people are not added to it. If you're on an established server, so that just means people are starting to climb up the ranks. So people are getting closer and maybe investing more, or their rosters are being built up, or whatever it might be. Or obviously they're watching the Star Wars Galaxy Heroes live show every week. So there's a lot that goes into it. We'll see how this plays out. I mean, if this is ramping up this quickly, this fast, even on servers that have been established, it's going to be interesting to see going forward in the future how this maintains and if they can keep this going. I mean, that's good for the game if that many people are playing and that many people are active. on these various servers. So, all right.
Yeah,
So
I
Droid.
think what I'm seeing.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying. I think what I'm seeing on mine is that it's a pretty OG server. So people are starting to come out now. It used to be the same kind of few people in the top 10, maybe top 20. Some dropped away. But now we're seeing completely new names, and Arena is not just meta teams anymore, which should be interesting for the meta report because they are teams there that are so different. And there's at least 5 teams that can take the top 10 spot. So you actually have to have more than one meta team just so you have the right comp to deal with whichever one you have to be facing. So it is getting more interesting. It's not as clean cut as just one meta team you're chasing now. So
Yeah,
it's making it more interesting. But
what it seems like is that you got your team, you go up against somebody to get your next spot. You gotta put the counter in for that team. Then you got your next, the next person you go for. They got a totally different team when you move up higher, in the ranks as you're trying to progress towards rank 1. And they got so many different, so you got to change your team up for that. So it's just these constant counters to counters to counters to counters. So I mean, that's cool in the fact that we got to play with multiple characters, multiple squads, multiple teams. But, sometimes it can be difficult. I mean, it really can be difficult to know. Before, when we had more of a meta, it was like, you kind of knew the rotation. You kind of knew who to attack first, kind of knew who to do this, who to do this. And it's not that you don't know necessarily some of these teams. It's just you're constantly moving, changing so much. You really got to be cognizant of what you're doing and what team you're facing and who you're doing it with. Now, there's teams that I fight that are the exact same team. It's just some of them have faster mods, so some of them go in differently. So it's just a whole different ball game now, which is interesting and it's good. It's just, again, it becomes a little bit more time consuming.
It really is time consuming. Yeah, it's because you just don't know who to attack first anymore, what the threat assessment is, because they're changing so much. And then you have to check out who has mods. So it is still kind of mod driven, because the one guy I have real trouble taking down just has ridiculous mods, but his team isn't that great. But he's just found a really good way, the exact way to mod his team where I barely get to go. And then, dealing with the new rebels, who to go for first, what comp, where, who. It's just crazy. So it does take a little more time, but I'm sure once you figure it out, it'll go back to more of a pattern. But right now, it's a real open playing field.
Yeah, that is true. All right, so let's talk about somebody that used to be in the meta that we don't see much anymore. We're talking about the Droids. So the Droids Fight Back event returns January 3rd. So we got the TIE Advance X1 on New Year's Day. So then 2 days later, bam, we got the January 3rd is going to be the Droids Fight Back. This is back for a limited time to continue their fight against the Jawas. In this event, you will face off against Jawas and will be required to have at least 3 droids. So I got some questions for people, and they were asking me, what does it mean 3+ characters? What means you got to have at least 3? And if you have 4 or 5, that's great. But you got to have at least 3 to be able to even get into this battle. You're going to earn training droids, XP, and character shards as you battle your way through the Jawa forces. Now, a lot of people already have the Jawas because they were trying to ramp up for their AAT takedown raid. Jawa team's very strong there. But even if you already have your Jawas, the training droid drops and the other stuff that came out of this was fairly decent. So you definitely want to make sure you participate in this. Again, it's going to start on January 3rd and it's going to end on January 5th. So make sure that you check that out. You got 2 days to be able to go in and complete it. And I believe it's just one wave. I think it's just your droids fight against like 3. I think it's like Chief Nebbit, Chief Nebbit. What's the other one? Jawa. I think Chief Nebbit, Jawa, and then there's one other one.
Jawa Engineer, Dacha.
Dachka. I think it's Nebbit, Dachka, and regular Jawa, I believe, are the 3 that you fight. So it's not. I mean, it's nothing crazy. It's nothing long drawn out. But you might as well get in there and get your free stuff out of it.
Yeah, it's good for resources.
Now, here's good news for those of us that did not get Jyn Erso. I waited till the very end. I didn't have a lot of time that day. I went to see Rogue One the night before, and I did stuff with the family the next day on Sunday. So I didn't get a lot of time to spend on the Jyn Erso squad tournament, but that'll be back on the 9th. So, man, these ally points, man, we're going to run on them quick. So if you did not get a chance to get your Jyn Erso unlocked or maybe get her unlocked all the way or start up all the way, we're going to have another chance on the 9th of January to be able to get in and do that. So it's going to start on Monday and it'll end the next day on Tuesday. So again, it's another 24-hour tournament. I do like the 24 hours. How do you feel about those?
Yeah, you're asking me last show how I feel about all these tournaments, and I didn't realize that they were going to be 24 hours. So I've kind of done a 180 on the tournaments because they're so much more manageable. in a 24-hour format. It's a good adjustment. I think they've hit the perfect balance now of effort and time spent versus what you actually get out of it, because it's so much more manageable as a 24-hour event with no refresh on the characters.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that with the ally points, obviously cost more as you go. So you want to make sure you have some multiple teams. You really do want to make sure you got probably at least six. It's probably a really good number to shoot for. Maybe a lot of people don't have that, but at least have 4 teams. If you got 4 teams,
Yeah,
you don't
I
have to
mean,
be
if you're
super
lucky.
great because, man, even on those lower tiers, when you're in that 2,000 to 1,500, I mean, they're putting in. I mean, you're seeing people like Tebow leads and stuff like that. I mean, crazy stuff. You know what I mean? So you could beat that with some of your lower end teams for sure.
Yeah, I mean, if you're lucky enough to have at least 4 solid teams, you can get into the top 100, which is where you can now get an unlock, which is they've also adjusted the prizes, which is pretty good. So you can get into there by spending only a couple 100K on the ally points there, and not have to spend so much time doing it. So that's really good. But you probably want one meta rebel team, at least a droid team, and one other strong faction like clones or one other that you can throw together. And that way you can spread them out. You can tactically pick which ones you want to go for. And like you said, if you come across these slightly easier ones, then you can just throw some of your not so leveled up characters and get a cheaper run there.
Yeah, a lot of people in the chat are saying, they thought they canceled all Rogue One events. I don't believe so. I think they just canceled the one, the Cassian ship, the Going Rogue event was the only one that they canceled. I believe that the rest of these are still on. They haven't made any mention of these other. I mean, these were announced after they announced that one was canceled. So just that one was canceled, I believe. That's just the Cassian U-Wing ship, which was going to be, I believe, a couple days from now when it was supposed to be, but that's what I think. So a couple changes that have happened. Baze is being removed from the shard shop, which sucks bad. I got my Baze.
How far did you get?
I got him 6-star. I got him about 20 to 25 shards in in the shard shop. So and I think I need like 170. Something like that, 170 base, something, I can't remember, something like that, 170, 160 base shards left. So, I mean, it's all right. I mean, I can get him other ways, but, I really...
So you're 5-star right now with your base?
5-star, yeah, 5-star. I'm working on gearing him up. Base is, at 5 stars, he's fine, dude. Just like, Short Trooper and the other ones. Sun Fact, I mean, he's beast, dude. He's beast, so...
yeah, he's really paying off. I got mine to 6, and I'm more than halfway now to my 7.
You're
I think
nice.
last count.
Nice.
Yeah, because I'm getting them out of the. They're coming out quite often in the shipments for me. So
which one? The regular PV shipments?
Yeah, they're just the regular shipments. I think it's like
crystals.
The regular 4. Yeah, the 4 shards for the 320 crystals.
I was thinking about that. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hold off just a little bit to see. We'll see what happens. I mean, because I haven't been able to finish rank 1 every day, it does hurt my crystal intake. So
yeah.
So I'm being a little more wary with that. I do want to spend my crystals gearing him up because I don't care, man. Even at 5 stars, dude, it'll be good. So,
yeah, it's kind of risk reward on Baze because my Baze is basically, since I got him geared up, he's not even all the way. He's like just level 10. I'm nearly getting him to 11, and my Chur Imwe is a 4-star, and he's only gear 9, but he's 1 piece away from gear 10. And I held rank 2 pretty much overnight. No one touched me, and then one person beat me with a Empire team, but I got it back. So I strategically don't take number 1 overnight now because there's the Asian Japanese factions that hit for number 1 overnight on their payout. So that spot always goes, and you just drop down because you get laddered. But yeah, 2, pretty much everyone leaves you alone if you're holding up with that kind of team. So I stay top 10 pretty easy, and it was worth it for Baze because the payout from the crystals is basically going to pay himself off.
Yeah. If you can do that, if you can stay in if you can get rank 1, it is worth it to buy people out of shard shop. I was thinking about contemplating doing that in the past. So yeah, definitely. But right now it's a tough. Man, it's tough, dude. It's tough for me on my server. I'm telling you what, man. I mean, I'm in a Discord chat now. With a bunch of people from my server, man, and people have been there for a long time, and they're just like, "What the heck is going on? This is crazy." Just so much movement, so many people we've never seen before, are coming up in there, and it's just frustrating again because it's just so many different teams, so many different things you have to go about. But back into the news, just some other things just to note. Double drops in Cantina have come to a close, which was good, man. I wasn't planning on doing Geonosian Spy at all, really. But he is a pilot, and he does have Geonosian synergy, so I did end up getting him to like almost 6 stars, I believe, out of that. I had 0, and I got to almost 6 out of these double drop. How did you do on the double drop Cantina?
I never got B2, so I basically
nice.
got my B2, and I literally just on this refresh that just went by, I got my last 6 shards of him. So I was only like 25 shards away when they quit the double drop, so that was pretty good. And then I had a really good day yesterday on RNG. I got 24 shards in the day without the double drop. So
wow,
that hit pretty good. That hit pretty good for me. So
yeah, I got my B2, man. My B2 comes in very handy. Now the one thing I don't like about B2. For those of people that are considering getting him or consider using him, I basically on the team, on one of the teams that I run a Rex team, and I always had Qui-Gon Jinn in there. He was my one that took off the taunt. I put in B2, and I'll tell you what, man. Yes, B2 has a lot more hit points. Yes, B2 has that dispel, the AoE dispel. But dude, when you're down to the end, and it's like, let's just say it's 5s and B2 or Ayla and B2 versus 1 or 2. He does no damage, dude.
he's going down.
Nothing. Like he does nothing. It's very frustrating.
In my head, he's kind of the anti-short trooper base thing. He doesn't need to survive. He just needs to get off that one round.
The problem is that he will survive and that he'll be your like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he'll be your last guy, and you can't do anything. So it'll be like you'll lose the battle because it'll be 2 versus 2. Normally you got 5s. 5s can but I don't know what it is. It's B2. It does like 0 damage. It almost seems like he's more of a hindrance to me sometimes. I'd probably be better off putting my.
Is he fully geared for you?
His gear. You know what? As a matter of fact, let me look because I just got bonus energy, so I might as well log in and get that, and I'll look and see what my B2 is. But while we're doing that, if you want to read these other bugs and stuff they fixed on the screen, guys and gals that are watching, feel free to do so.
All right.
Again, thank you. Again, thank you to everybody that's watching. And if you're new and you haven't watched before, please subscribe to the channel, like the video. Really appreciate that. You will be notified when we go live.
Just a quick one while you're doing your login thing. We clearly got some long-term fans because we're talking about bays, and some put bring back bays, and they'll put them somewhere, and then some put throw bays into the ocean. So thanks, LV, for that.
Right in there.
Yep, while Skunk's off doing his little checkup on his B2, let's see. So, bugs, finally. Emperor Palpatine, Crackling Doom, will now correctly damage Jedi Temple Guards. Didn't really think that was a problem. And Cassian Andor will now correctly use special abilities while under AI control, which is always good, because you're going to shout out for a rebel. You want him to do what he's supposed to do. Jedi category has now been added to the Jedi Temple Guard, i.e. Maul's anti-Jedi abilities will now work against the Jedi Temple Guard. And then private PvE units are now correctly tagged as scoundrels. So, pirate PvE units. So I think they've gone back on that. And
okay, so my B2 is 2 gear slots away from gear 11. So he is gear 10. I mean, even at gear 10, he's 9,200 power. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, he's not bad. He's just 1 notch down from my shore trooper. So yeah, maybe I'll finish him off. Maybe I'll get him to those last 2
pieces. When I'm facing them and he gets off that endless barrage thing, he does quite a bit of damage. So I'm imagining those guys have been properly maxed out and probably modded pretty well. So I think he has the potential to do damage. Probably not as much as 5's Ayla is going to give you, but he can do a little more than I think you're getting out of him.
Yeah, I mean, he's sitting at 6,500 HP and protection, and he's got 73, almost 74% potency. So, I mean, he does the job. It's just, man, I just got to maybe work on some of my rotations, make sure I don't get sloppy, make sure I get those key players out first, because I'll tell you what, man, when you get down to the end, you'll see when you start playing him, there's like no damage. So, talking about Shard Shop, though, we talked about bays being out of the Shard Shop. K2SO is now in the Shard Shop. So for a limited time, K2SO will be added to the Shard Shop. Yay! I hope that's sarcastic yay they put in there. You can find these new K2SO shards in the row beneath Grievous. If you don't see K2SO in your Shard Shop, simply refresh or wait for a refresh to generate him. I think most people have already refreshed by now, but I'll tell you what, I really wish I would have kept Baze in there.
Yeah, that would have been nice, but they did say limited time, and to be fair, limited time was quite some time, so kind of grateful for that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So
that's the other good thing about the double drops. You were getting double Cantina energy drops as well, I believe. So those were ramping up quicker if you wanted to exchange your shards out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy I got Baze the way he was. I mean, it all worked out, I think. I'm glad they put him in there for what they did. I just wish I could have gotten him 7-star. It's just been nice to have him there. But again, if you have a question for the live show, make sure that you follow at Lord Skunk 1 on Twitter and tweet with hashtag AskSkunk. We will answer those at the end of the show. And don't forget, we're still got the drawing. Let me see, what time is it? So the drawing has now been cut off. It ended at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So if you got your entries in, we will be drawing that at the end of the show for the $100 gift card winner. Now, again, we announced last week the new Lord Skunk and TeamSkunk.com merch is available. Hoodies, t-shirts, and more at LordSkunk.com merch. Now, there's been some additional items added, McLeod, correct? Some additional things.
Yeah, easily available right now worldwide. You can get yourself mugs and phone cases for all the most recent phones. So that's all the Samsung Galaxies and all the Apple phones. So those are available. And the mugs you can get in various different. Also, mugs are in black. So
now, why would you not want to wake up every morning and have your Lord Skunk coffee mug? Now, I mean, what better way would that be? I mean, you have to do that. So again, head over to lordskunk.com/merch, MERCH. You can check out the t-shirts, the hoodies, the tank tops, the everything that they got over there. The phone cases, the mugs, everything you could possibly want is over there. Again, I did all my Christmas shopping on there, and it has been shipped. I got tomorrow. We do Christmas. We do Christmas on Christmas Eve for my family every year. So we'll see if they make it in time. I got until tomorrow for it to show up. I don't know if it will, so I'm gonna have to apologize to all my family members. And say, hey, sorry, it's gonna be coming. Hopefully by the end of the year, we'll be able to get those their Christmas presents to them. But make sure you get over there. If you win a $100 gift card, what better way to spend that than over at the over on the merch for LordSkunk.com and Team Skunk. Awesome stuff there. Awesome stuff. Now here's some pictures, some videos. So here's some different designs that we have up. Now the next design that has to come, okay, for me personally, McLeod, it has to be the Lord Skunk with the black background on there. That's got to be up there because I'll definitely order again for that. But we're gonna have some all kind. What?
Just the skunk head one?
No, well, that one I would like on there too. But the one that I like, I use all for all my social media stuff like that, where just the black background where the skunk is.
Oh, right, inside the logo. Yeah,
Yep,
that
inside.
is coming. That is coming along with just the skunk head.
Nice.
So
nice.
that's the next stick that's coming out, and then we're gonna have the featured T-shirts, which are gonna be things like the Reyes Bay and a couple of Whale Problem T-shirts. So those are coming in the new year. So watch out for those.
Hashtag whale problems. So
Yep, we got a whole range of those coming out.
Cool, good deal. And then hopefully we'll get some of the characters out too as well. I know people are excited for that, so we'll have some of those.
Yep, we're getting the character range. Maybe we'll do a little poll, or you can drop some tweets and leave it in the live chat of which characters you'd like to see first, and we will prioritize those.
Yep, we'll do a hashtag SWGOH series for show.
Yep.
For show. Okay, now next up will be the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes meta report. So we'll be getting into that. Are you ready to get that rocking?
Ready to rock.
Okay, now before we do that, I just want to make sure I'm clear on something because this is probably now our seems like our 20th meta report that we've done. Now, the one on the left-hand side is last week's, and the one on the right-hand side is this week's, correct?
Yeah, the one lower down and a little smaller is always last week. So the most current one is always going to be in the nice, bright, lightsaber blue kind of text, which is the same kind of color text that's in the game mostly. And then we've been going with the contrasting lightsabers like red and green on the old one.
Gotcha. Here's what I'd like to do. I'm going to talk to you about this later too, but just a quick heads up. I'd like to see this more in a graphical format. I think would be really cool, just like a line graph that goes across so we can see where they're at this week and then maybe one right above it, right under it to see where they were at last week. I think that would be cool for the change. That would be kind of neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I like the graphs are cool, but I think it would be easier for people to read and really get. If people listen to podcasts, they have no idea what we're looking at. But but for everybody else, you know what I'm saying, they could see it across. So all right, so here it is. So this is the LordSkunk.com meta report for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. This is for this week. Tell us the good news, my brother. We are on the leaders right now.
Okay, there's not much movement on the leaders. There's only kind of one kind of big move.
We're becoming kind of quiet.
Right. There's only one big change for the leaders this week, and it's one pretty big move, which kind of reflects the old Clone Wars, where we've got a Sith taking down a Jedi because Darth Maul has made an appearance in the top 10, and he has pushed out Anakin. Jedi Knight Anakin is gone from the top 10 of leaders. I think with all the new rebels coming in, he is just not proving effective anymore as a leader. Jedi is obviously taking quite a hit from all the Empire and Emperor Palpatine kind of teams coming in now. They're just not viable anymore. So Jedi Knight Anakin is gone. Darth Maul is making an appearance, probably with all those Zeta abilities coming in as well. Otherwise, not much difference. We still got your kind of wigs thing going on, and Emperor Palpatine. Boba Fett's still in there, holding more or less the same position under those, and everyone else is pretty much holding station. You've got your Rexes in there for your tenacity ups. Also, we've got Darth Vader appearing in there as well. So it looks like Empire is making a serious march for the top 10 in the leaders. We want to move on swiftly to the squad members. We've got a little more going on here. And again, we're showing the same kind of trend here with TIE Fighter Pilot coming into the top 10. So we've got a little more movement compared to the last chart, because the last chart is 2 weeks old now, because we kind of skipped last week because there was so much news going on. So in that time, we are seeing the emergence of Empire teams, and TIE Fighter Pilot is coming in, and Stormtrooper Han is coming dangerously close to falling out. He is right at the bottom here of all squad member chart. Otherwise, you're pretty much seeing, again, the same kind of thing. You still got your Wigs combo in there. Shore Troopers solidly in there now. He's kind of like the new Royal Guard. He seems to be around to stay for a while. Boba Fett's poking in there a little bit. And the big surge against the Empire is coming in the form of Baze, the beast that is Baze Malbus. So we got Baze coming in there, representing rebels against all this Empire activity. And Jedi Knight Anakin is holding in there as a squad member, even if he has dropped out as a leader. And I would assume it's mostly because of that turn meter, 100% turn meter gain on anyone dropping below 50% health, or when you lose one of your characters. And that is devastating when he managed to hit that AoE at the right time. So that's why he's still holding on as a squad member. And that's about it. We've lost B2 out of the useful squad members there. Oh, no, sorry. B2's moved up. B2's moved up, and we've nearly lost Stormtrooper Han. So that's where we're at with these squad members.
Yeah, Jedi Anakin is still beast. I mean, as a team member, I don't think as a leader right now, but yeah, as a team member for sure. And as more people get Qui-Gon Jinn Zeta'd, you'll definitely see Jedi Knight Anakin not even be really considered for a leadership spot, I don't think. But yeah, that's cool, man. So it's interesting to see right now with these Zetas, we have 10. If we go back to the leaders, we had 10 people that had Darth Maul as lead, and then we only had 7 that had Qui-Gon Jinn. So very interesting there. I would have thought more people would have Qui-Gon Jinn Zeta as a leader right now than Darth Maul. So very interesting.
Yeah.
We'll see how it pans out in the future. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting where people are choosing to put their first Zetas. I mean, I know a lot of people, and I'm going to follow this closely because it means something to me, are putting them on clones. Because clones apparently are doing serious damage in the new tank raids in both P2 and P4. So people are putting them on Cody and 5s, and they're doing over 1 million damage in phases like that. It's kind of crazy. So it's really a choice of what you have available and who you had maxed out in the first place. But yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised if we saw Maul dropping out whenever we have these big shifts in the meta with new stuff coming out. People tend to be quite experimental. So we will see after we come back what happens with that.
Yeah, interesting. All right, next up, we got the LordSkunk.com top 10 list. This is going to be looking at the top 10 rebels. So I'm excited to check those out. And I make sure that I flip back over to the right screen. Last week, we had to reshoot the whole video again. So if you watch the top 10 Jedi that we did last week, if you actually watched just a segment I did of that I posted, I think it was actually this morning, I actually had to reshoot that. My voice was absolutely shot after that live show, and I had to reshoot it because we did not have the right screen up the whole time that I did it. So let's make sure that I don't run into that problem again. So here we are. This is the LordSkunk.com top 10 list of the week, sponsored by Loot Crate. Get 10% off from Lord Skunk at LordSkunk.com/Loot Crate.
Wait. Did you end it? Did you already pick?
All right, there it is. We definitely got that screen up.
Sorry, I had to restart. All right, my daughter's trying to get all of her friends in for the $100 gift card giveaway drawing, and I was like, honey, that ended at 9 p.m. Eastern, so you're about 10 minutes late on being able to get in. So she was like, don't pick a winner yet, Dad. I want to get all my friends in. So I was like, well, that's too bad. So we got to let's restart this thing over again. Okay, so this is the LordSkunk.com top 10 list of the week, sponsored by Loot Crate. Get 10% off from Lord Skunk at LordSkunk.com/Loot Crate. And this week we are going to be looking at the top 10 Rebels in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. So SWGOH has been putting out new Rebel characters faster than we can acquire and gear them. They are popping up in shipments, tournaments, and even the Shard Shop. They push the meta, ensure huge damage in the Rancor and AAT raid, and even secure you a sweet 7-star Emperor Palpatine. With so many options, who are the top 10 to set your sights on for success in all parts of Galaxy of Heroes? Let's find out together. All right, coming at number 10, this is a two-parter, so it's a bonus. Cassian Andor and K2SO. Cassian and K2SO, sorry Apple users, combined with a Jyn Erso lead is a solid trio for the arena and tournament. These two assist, provide generous buffs, and are one of the only reliable providers of days to counter that annoying Biggs and B2 on your Shard. They may not be a meta-changing team, but they are a fun and potent whenever they are on the screen together. Coming in at number 9, Stormtrooper Han. ST Han's time of dominance may be past, but his turn meter gain off his taunt in P3 of the heroic AAT raid ensures that Turpatine flows. If you pick your spots, he is a great tank for the tournament. All he needs is an iconic ship to pilot. Coming in at number 8, Princess Leia. Hashtag prayers for our princess. Trick or Treat Leia still seems to be triple tap when you need it the least, and she still wastes a turn to stealth, but her crit chance up team-wide buff is incredibly useful in P4 of the heroic AAT raid, and her burst damage can churn through health and protection if she only came in a different outfit. Wonder which one that could be. Coming in at number 7, Lando Calrissian. Lando's lead still dominates the arena, and his escalating AoE damage can single-handedly decimate your opponents. He is a force in both the Emperor Palpatine challenge and the Credit Heist event. He should be your first Cantina farm and your first 7-star and your first Gear 11 character. Get to work on Lando. Coming in at number 6, Jyn Erso. Jyn may have the worst animation in the game, sliding over to smack her enemies with her Dustbuster, but that does not take away from her dominance as a leader in arena and tournaments. She revives with her AoE, strips turn meter better than Tebow, and stacks expose on targets with her leadership ability that destroys the tankiest of characters. Get in that tournament and win to get your Jyn Erso. Now, I don't believe that this Jyn Erso, I think the Rey character model looks more like the actual actress than the Jyn Erso. Jyn Erso looks kind of freaky, actually. Not
Yeah,
sexy.
it doesn't look so great.
Yeah, she definitely looks angry, and she doesn't look anything like Felicity Jones at all. So
Yeah,
you might want to
there's
redo
just
this
something
model.
wrong with that face.
Yeah, just not good. I noticed a lot of their one, like the Cassian Andor one, looks kind of
Yeah,
weird.
not quite. Didn't quite look like him either.
Yeah,
But
it's a little strange.
yeah,
But this
and
one's
they're
really
writing-
bad. Out of all the characters I think that
Yeah.
they've done, this is the worst one. Jyn Erso's the worst one.
I think
So-
Churret's probably the closest, and then Baze is kind of there. I mean, the guy's pretty scruffy.
Yeah,
in the movie anyway, but-
Baze looks flat faced though. It looks like he's got like this big body, he's got like this flat head on his body. Yeah, they're all kind of weird. So if we had the top 10 worst looking character models, Jyn Erso would be number 1 for sure. So
Right, may have to do that one for next week.
yeah, we may have to, because that bothers me a little bit. Okay, we need, we got sexy Rey, we got sexy Leia, we need a sexy Jyn. All right,
To
so
be fair, they have done a lot of graphic updates, so I'm sure it's possible.
yeah, we'll see. Hopefully they listen. Coming at number 5, another cutie, Admiral Akbar. Akbar is useful as a cleanser in the Rancor and AAT raid, but his value as a fleet commander of a powerful synergy ship granting damage and protection to assisting ships. The ship grind is real, and Akbar is a great place to put those hard-earned credits. Yeah, Akbar is the way I'm going with my fleet ship. What are you doing? You doing Akbar?
Akbar so far, but I'm very seriously considering going with Mace Windu, mostly for the defense, because I've come across some Mace Windus that are not leveled up at all, and I just cannot get past them. Just time out every single time.
Yeah.
So maybe heading that direction because I have a lot of clones.
Yeah, I'm starting to see a lot more people go with Mace's ship too. So we'll see. I know when we first started doing ships, a lot of people didn't like Mace Windu's ship at all. But now, now I think as people start to gear up their
once you get, if you have the clones and you have those ships, it's really, really tough to get through. They just won't die. They're like the Bays and Churret of ships. So.
All right, coming in at number 4 and number 3, Wigs, Wedge Antilles, and Biggs Darklighter, also known as Wigs. This combo, platter of huge burst single target damage, rebel leadership damage synergies, useful ships, and at least one stunning mustache keeps this pair near the top of the list. Useful in every phase and every game mode. These are 2 of the most essential characters in the game. Get them, gear them, and win. Do you remember when Biggs was out? It was like such a joke. And Biggs, Biggs, you wouldn't even consider Biggs.
I know, and people were getting tired with those Erodium packs, and it was just like, no one needs Wedge. What's good? Wedge is useless. It's rubbish. I'm gonna throw him in the ocean. Let's leave it. And now it's a must-have with Wigs. So.
Yeah, well, it's funny because I had no interest in getting Wedge Antilles, but I wanted to buy some Rhodium packs because at that particular moment, I was so short on purple mats and some of the stuff to gear up these characters that I did that. I did some Rhodium packs of him just for that, so I was pretty close to finishing him off at 7-star. So once what is he at now, in Cantina or something? I don't know. He's in Cantina, I think, isn't he? Wedge is in Cantina.
I can't remember.
I think he's in Cantina. Wherever he was, I finished him off. So I'm pretty sure he's Cantina.
I'm pretty sure, he's Cantina.
Yeah, I wasn't far off from having it. I couldn't believe it. I had no idea. Once I seen that these guys were becoming like the power duo. So the danger zone is what they called them when they first came out.
That was it.
Yep.
All the pilots.
Yeah. So here we go. Let's see what we got at number 2. Number 2, Rebel Chirrut Imwe. At the end of Star Wars Armageddon, the only character left alive will be the Geonosian cockroaches and Chirrut. He's a dominant force on Rebel arena and tournament teams who can be impossible to kill, helps ensure millions of damage in P4 of the heroic AAT raid, and is only limited by how many buffs you can see on the screen at one time. I am one with the Force. The Force is with me. Yes, we know, Chirrut. Now put him somewhere we can farm. Yes, please. That's the one thing, too, man, that I'm not that pleased with about all these Rebel Rogue One characters coming out is that, man, but back when they did it prior, with Force Awakens, Phasma and these other characters you were able to get. Even Rey was at least on a hard node, and you could get her.
Yeah.
These other, there's just nowhere. So they want you to buy all these stupid packs, and these packs. I'm telling you what, this Rogue One pack is absolute garbage.
Yeah.
So,
well, for those of you buying it, got to be aware that 7 of the 10 slots that you get in those packs are pretty much fixed. They're almost always going to be mostly Bistan and
Scarith Rebel Pathfinder.
Scarith, yeah. So besides that, the 2 slots that are able to change, you're either going to get K2SO, Chirrut Imwe, Baze, and Cassian.
Very low percentage too. So you
get 2 very low. Or getting them high. The most I got before I realized this, because I was testing out, was I think I got 4 Chirrut Imwe in one pack, and that was it. Luckily, I needed like 10 or something because I did all right in the tournament. I needed a couple to tip him over to 4-star. So I'll live with that and pass on the information. But yeah, that pack is not quite as advertised. Only 2 of those slots are capable of dropping you the rare one.
And they're going to be very rare in more than 2 shards. So if you get more than 2 shards, it's even more rare. So
if you really want Bistan, then go for those packs. If you really want to top off your Cassian, then maybe. But yeah, or your Scarith Rebel Pathfinder. But I think most people are getting those for free.
Yeah, you can get Scarith Rebel Pathfinder out of what is it? Now I can't think of all the different places we can get them now out of.
Yeah, they're giving away
Cantina,
in the packs. Yeah, they're giving
Yeah,
away in the
Cantina.
packs right now, along
Yeah.
with the ship shards, which I just unlocked today. I got the Mistand's U-wing purely out of the free. They're not quite free. They're 50 ally points.
But you get 50 ally points back. Did you notice that?
You do. So yeah, essentially free. Yeah, nice little exchange there. But yeah, he's. I think what the theory is, he is super OP right now. Baze was already pretty beastly, but you sticking with Turret and Turret with that combo is the new wigs in those terms of the must-have of being super OP for the current.
And the crazy
state
part
of where
is
the
that
game
you
is.
can put wigs with them if you wanted
Yeah,
to.
that's it. So
yeah,
now you have two OP.
Yeah, so it's
that
not like
actually
it's
stick
not like
together.
you get two super OP characters and you got to pick which ones you can put. You can actually put all of them in, so you can have 4 of them
Yeah,
OP
and
characters in there.
they all sync up pretty well, and,
Yeah.
and you know they're all rebels. So you stick any decent rebel leadership ability with that, makes them so much harder. And yeah, I just realized Admiral Akbar is up there in terms of power. The next one down from my base is Admiral Akbar since he's been maxed out. So and
Nice.
he's not even that maxed out. So Admiral Akbar comes up a lot in terms of just sheer power rating numbers.
All right, and then let's take a look at the number 1 rebel in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Here it is, number 1, Baze Malbus. Combine B2's ability to dispel with Royal Guard's auto taunt and the potential for Boba Fett style large burst damage, and you get Baze. He is a powerhouse in the arena and tournament, shells out enormous damage in P4 of the heroic AAT raid, and is the most dominant rebel in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Good luck. I don't need luck. I have you. So here we go. Baze Malbus. Again, see, look at his model. It just looks, if you look at him from the side, it makes his head look so flat. But yeah, he is definitely the number 1 rebel for sure, hands down.
Also,
no
I
joke.
thought he was really, before I saw the film, I thought he was going to be really fat because of the model.
Yeah, and
But,
they have a super flat face. I thought he was an
Yeah.
alien. Yeah. So just so you guys
yeah.
know, I went to Walmart today because I had to finish up a little bit of Christmas shopping. So I see that Funko, as they now sell at Walmart. I didn't know they did that, but so Funko has all these characters out there. It was funny. I saw, so they have Baze, Chirrut. They got Jyn Erso, they got Cassian, and they got K2SO. So I put them all up on the. I was gonna take a picture of them. I totally forgot though because I got it was pressed for time. But I had all 4 of them lined up there as an arena team. I was gonna take a picture of them for the live show. I just did not ran out of time. Yeah, it was funny though. But yeah, so you can. So if you want to get those, you get if you can't. Hey, listen, if you can't afford to get them in the game, these characters in the game for your arena team, at least you can go to Walmart and buy those Funko little figures, and you can have them set up at your desk or whatever. And you can have your arena team there. So they're not gonna do much for you in game, but they're fun to look at, right?
All right, how about this as a kind of mini competition? Whoever gets those figures and takes the best picture and throws it up on one of our channels, whether it's on your Twitch or your Twitter or whatever, I will give a discount code for some of the merch on Cloud City.
Nice. So there you go. So you can get a discount on the merch. You heard it here first. So if you go and get those characters, now you can't do it at the store. You got to do it at home. Anybody can do it at the store. So if you actually get those characters, so you got to get Jyn Erso, Cassian Andor, K2SO, Baze Malbus, and Chirrut Imwe. They're all these Funko characters. If you actually buy them, so if you win your $100 gift card, that's what we're doing next. So if you win that, you can go get those characters. You do that, we'll give you a discount code so you can get discounted LordSkunk.com and Team Skunk merch over on the merch site. So yeah, we'll definitely do that. So you're gonna want to tweet that. You're going to want to tweet that to @LordSkunk1 if you get those pictures, man. That'd be cool. All right, and then we'll draw a winner out of those. All right, cool. So that is our top 10 for the week. So here's our final thoughts. We have hope. Rebellions are built on hope and a pile of powerful rebel characters. Choose wisely, gear and star them up, and defeat Palpatine this month. You do not want to have to wait for it to come around again. So it'll be another 4 months. Wow, you'd be looking at like April before you get Palpatine again if you don't game now. So I don't mean to crush anybody's hopes or dreams, but definitely make sure you get Palpatine if you possibly can. So again, this was the top 10 Rebels in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, another TeamSkunk.com presentation brought to you by Mac at Media Artist Collective, sponsored by Loot Crate. Get 10% off at lordskunk.com/Loot Crate. Get in there and get your Loot Crates on. All right, so cool. So we got through the top 10 Now, what I want to do, let me pull up the screen so we can draw our winner. We're going to be able to draw them live. I'm super excited. So go ahead and throw in any filler stuff that you got, anything that we might have missed while I get this pulled up here.
Okay, one final note on the merch. Right now in Europe only, if you want to get some of that and you can't get through the main site for whatever reason, you can now get all of that stuff on Amazon. So Europeans, that's the main site's going to be UK, Germany, France, Italy, Spain. You can all go to your local Amazon store, type in Lord Skunk or Team Skunk, and you will be able to get that merch there too. So if you prefer using Amazon, or you get some Amazon gift vouchers for Christmas and the holiday season, you can use those there on Amazon to get your Team Skunk merch.
All right, and now we're back over. So here's what we had. So here we ended about 28 minutes ago was the cutoff. So we had 4,802 entries into the drawing. Wow, it's amazing. So appreciate everybody that got into the drawing. Appreciate everybody that participated. Here we go. We're going to draw the winner right now. Are you ready for this, McLeod? Are you ready?
I don't think I am, but let's do it anyway.
Let's do it anyways. Drawing a winner, baby. Drawing right now. Here we go. 100%. Boom! Here's the winner. Entry number 1361. Ilias Contouris. I'm not sure how that is. Ilias Contouris. At hotmail.com. He got a bonus. This came from his bonus entry for subscribing to the LordSkunk.com YouTube. He is from Bratislava, Slavic Republic. Nice. So that is our winner. You know, better just in case I lose this screen, I'm going to print screen that. So that is the winner of the $100 gift card. I do not care how he gets it. I can either do a Google Play and iTunes. I can PayPal him $100, whatever. Really don't care. So thank you to everybody that was a part of this. It was amazing. So 4,802 entries. That's absolutely amazing. We will be doing another contest. I like these. These are fun. We'll be doing another one of these probably after a little bit into the new year. We'll do something cool. Not sure yet. I'm talking to a few different sponsors, a few different people that I'm working with right now. We'll see what kind of fun goodies we can put together for that. But we'll definitely do something at the beginning of next year. So again, thank you to everybody that has participated. Thank you to everybody that has made entries into this. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And again, we'll get in contact with, I believe it's, I don't know how you say it. I think it's Ilias. I think that's how you say it.
Ilias Contouris.
Yeah, in his email it looks like it says Elias, and then his name says, I don't know. So we'll see. We'll contact him, let him know. Hey, we don't care. Money's a universal language. So
either way, congratulations, buddy.
Yeah, congratulations to him, and congratulations to all the people that got to participate and build up the greatness that is the Star Wars Galaxy Heroes live show. So good stuff there. All right, now let's move into. Is he in the chat? Do we know?
Not that I can see. I don't think he's in there right now, so we'll have to email him there.
All right. Well, we'll get a hold of him. All right. So let's do this. Let's get into our questions and answers. We got a ton of those. Is Remon in here or not?
Don't believe so. I think it's just us at the moment.
No, he's here. He's here. Okay. So yep, we got to bust through these. We got to bust through these questions quick. We don't have a lot of time, but all your questions and all your stuff can be answered in the after party of the live show, which will happen immediately after the LordSkunk.com Star Wars Galaxy Heroes live show. We're going to have the after party over on the LordSkunk.com server. If you are not in the LordSkunk.com Discord, you need to get over there immediately. It's LordSkunk.com/Discord to get in there and chat with us. If somebody can post a link in at least the YouTube chat, that would be awesome. Put a link in there. But let's get into these questions now. The first question comes in from Cameron, which is at NervousMC. He used to be a member of Team Skunk, a little young homie that we got. He tried to get this question in, but he got in too late last week, so we'll start with him. He wanted to know, is the Baba meta incoming?
I'd say yes. With his Zeta ability, he has a chance to get 100% protection on a killing blow. And, he's already... seen a huge increase. Have you seen the same kind of increase I'm thinking of? What was the meta report like this week?
Yeah, Boba Fett's still in there exactly where he came in. He is fourth underneath all the usual suspects. So
Yeah, I mean, I think that'll continue to increase as people start to level him up. He's not He's not really somebody that I guess a ton of people went after because he was never really a meta character at any point. But now, with that pack that came out and with the rework and everything, I mean, I see him continuing to rise. I mean, I'm working on him right now. About to get him to gear 10 tonight, and hopefully throw him into my arena team over the next couple of days.
so who would you put around him?
Well, I'm going to use him on an Empire squad. So I'm going to run a Palpatine lead with Darth Vader, TIE Fighter pilot, Shore Trooper, and then Boba Fett. Until another Empire character comes out that pleases my fancy.
All right, do you think
Death
he'll work
Trooper,
well
hopefully.
with Rebels?
What?
I was just saying, do you think he'll work well with Rebels? Because a lot of people focus on those and won't have a lot of those Empire guys ramped up or a 7-star Darth Vader. So will he work with your typical Rebels thing that's going on now, either Wigs or with Baze and Chirrut?
I mean, I'd say he works with anybody. He's one of those characters you can kind of insert into any type of team because he dispels, he ability blocks. I mean, AOE's. Right, he can get around taunts. I mean, there's really no circumstance where you can't use a Boba Fett.
Yeah, I've seen people run Boba Fett lead, with no other scoundrels or anything, in the bounty hunters in the team. So, there's definitely a lot of options for Boba Fett. Is there going to be a whole team built around him? No, that's the great thing about Boba Fett, I think, is that he's kind of one of those utility characters. You can put him in either as a lead or just put him in as a filler spot. There's a lot of good things that he can do. So let's rapid fire through these. We got quite a few I want to get through. Comes from Philip LaForce. Is it Chief Chirpa's lead that is the important thing for Phase 3 AAT raid? If I got Palpatine, so I don't need to get him to 7-star. Well, you do need to get him to 7-star if he's going to be in the heroic AAT raid. What is it for the one down? Is it 6-star for the one below? I've never did one below.
Yeah, it's 6. So if you're doing a normal, the minimum requirement is a 6-star, and if you're doing the heroic, you have to have your character 7-star, or it will not be entered into your roster for raids. But yeah, you can get him. He doesn't need to be leveled up that high, so long as he can survive long enough for you to stun and shock all of those guys using the whole Turpentine technique. Then yeah, so you probably need to get him to at least gear level 7 or 8, and give him enough protection to survive a couple of shots from those battle droids. So it's not a lot.
Honestly, I'm seeing a much better return with the TIE Fighter pilot team.
Yeah, that's been going around.
Yeah, I've been running TIE Fighter pilot, with Palpatine lead, and then I'm just running 3 other tanks. So I'm using like Sunfac, Shore Trooper, and Stormtrooper Han. And they're just basically, I'm just using one to taunt until one dies, and then moving on to the next one, and then moving on to the next one, and the whole time just making sure that droid that has the triangle above his head is ability blocked with TIE Fighter pilot, so that he can't use his special ability to kill everybody. And then, just making sure that everybody's buffed whenever the tank goes. And, I've done over 1 million damage.
Nice.
So what team is that?
It's a TIE Fighter. It's a Palpatine lead with TIE Fighter pilot, Shore Trooper, Stormtrooper Han, and Sunfac.
Nice. Okay, so kind of a similar setup, somewhat as his Trooper one, but just a little bit different. But can put out some big damage. So nice. Okay, interesting. So this one comes from Duke Forbes. How's dodge work? My team's cruising along. All of a sudden, can't hit a Rancor's broadside. Can you predict when dodge will happen?
When dodge will happen?
That was
that's fully RNG reliant, isn't it? Dodge just comes as and when. If anything, the turrets and some of those tanks can dodge for some reason.
Yeah, dodging is very. It's all RNG. It's the same mechanic that spits out your shards when you pull to get shards in on a match, and you're simming. I mean, it's and there's always a percentage chance to get something. There's always a percentage chance to dodge. There's no way to tell. I think. I mean, I know in some games, I mean, Skunk, you'd have to correct me on this, but in some games, do they actually give you like the specific numbers or percentages as far as like drop rates and all that stuff for characters and different things? I mean, is this really one of those games where they don't give you that much information?
No, that most people will do like we do here. You do like 100. People keep track of it on spreadsheets and stuff like that. Sometimes within games it's easier because they track it for you. But the other thing too, like with dodge and stuff, there's a lot of games where they have ignore dodge, where you can just completely, have a chance to break through dodge and ignore that. We haven't seen that yet, as far as I know, in Galaxy of Heroes. So that's probably something we'll see in the future. Dodge, evasion, all that kind of stuff, and then a way to break it. We kind of seen some different ways to be able to do that, but it's just, it's just one of those things, you can get bad RNGs, you can just get bad RNGs and it just seems like you can't hit anything. But it seems like when you're against the AI never has to worry about that. You never dodge them, but when you're trying to hit them, it always seems like they're dodging you. So, that's just the way of the game, I guess, sometimes. But here's a good one for you. Here's a good one. You're just coming from Oron. Sir Oron, I'm going Empire team after I get Palpatine to 7 stars. What team comp and gearing priority do you suggest? I got a 3-star Shore Trooper.
Well, I'd say the Shore Trooper's got to be a gearing priority. He's gonna help you get through arena. I mean, instantly, once you throw up a gear 11 Shore Trooper, whether he's 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, doesn't matter. You got somebody who can save you from some of these high damage Wigs teams and Chirrut and base teams, and the Shore Trooper I'd say would be the priority. Then if you're talking about next priority, I'd say TIE Fighter pilot would be a priority. Obviously your Palpatine is going to be 7 stars or whatever star level you're going to get him at the event, so you can't work on him. But gear wise, I mean, I'm just saying, like Shore Trooper, I'd say Shore Trooper, TIE Fighter pilot to gear 11, because before gear 11, TIE Fighter pilot is really useless. He needs to be have as much HP and everything as possible, because he's already squishy as it is, even at gear 11. So, I mean, I would say TIE Fighter pilot, and then, obviously, Vader, if you're planning on using him, would be, a priority as well after that. But I'd say, Shore Trooper first.
Nice. Okay, and this next one comes from Remus. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 more we got to get through the next couple minutes. So Remus 13. I'm running Anakin lead, Ayla, Qui-Gon Jinn, Ahsoka, and Shore Trooper in Arena. He's finishing in the top 20 typically. Who would be better than Ahsoka?
He's running Anakin lead, Ayla. I mean, probably Yoda.
Yoda. Okay, good choice. Good choice there. Okay. And then let's see here. Next one is going to be coming from Andrew Bleakley. What would be the ideal Jedi team for P1 of AAT or heroic AAT? I have time, so not worried about concurrent farming. So ideal Jedi team for P1 of the AAT raid.
I'd say, I mean, from what I've seen people doing, either running a Ayla, Imagundi, or Yoda lead, but I've heard a lot of good things about a Yoda lead, so I would suggest a Yoda lead with Ayla, Anakin. I'd say you want to put in Ahsoka, and then most likely Qui-Gon.
All right, great. Okay, and then we're down to our last two. So this is from Rob Hagenmeyer. Thank you, Rob. I think Rob's gotten every week. I think Andrew's been in there quite a bit, and Remus. So cool. I'm glad that they're getting those questions in. I'm glad we can answer those for them. Again, if you have a question, you don't have to do it now. You can do it throughout the week at any time. Follow at Lord Skunk 1 on Twitter and use hashtag AskSkunk. So here is Rob Hagemeyer's question. Any tips for the droid battles? Does it work like the Emperor Palpatine and Yoda events? It does not work like those at all. It's one encounter. It's Nebit. It is, what's the other one we talked about? Nebit and Dachka. And Jawa is who it is. I think it's those 3, and it's just one encounter. You just got to kill them. You kill those 3, and you got to have at least 3 droids, up to 5. So pretty simple there. And then finally, this comes from Herodon at Herodon2. Do you think he spelled it wrong, but I think he meant Director Krennic and his Death Trooper will appear soon, maybe with a cool synergy.
Well, I think without a doubt we're going to see those characters in the game. I mean, it's just a matter of time, depending on whether they're going to release them in like an event or, um, a tournament, or that's still yet to be seen. But we've gotten a whole bunch of Rebel characters in the game so far. I doubt very much that they're not going to should give us some Empire. The only Empire character we've gotten so far is Shore Trooper.
TIE Fighter pilot.
Oh, right, TIE Fighter pilot.
Yep.
TIE Pilot's been in the game, I mean, for a long time. That's not I wouldn't say that's a Rogue One character. That was a character that was in from before. We just never we were only able to fight against him. We were never able
to get him. Yeah. Well, I think they will. I think they'll definitely put those in. I mean, if you go and look at any of the stuff that if you go shopping, Christmas shopping at all, you go to your Walmart, Toys R Us, or anywhere that has these toys, or you're shopping for your kids or whatever. Some people for ourselves. But if you see, you can see the characters that they're pushing in the toys. It's going to be, Jyn Erso, of course, all the Rebels we already talked about. Then it's the Krennic, it's the Death Trooper, it's Shore Trooper. There was another black R2D2 character, or whatever, that was in there. So you could kind of tell who they're pushing, and those are the people that are going to push into the games. That usually gives you a pretty good idea, unless you get an anomaly like Zam Wessel. You just never know. Sometimes you just get an anomaly, but that is what it is. But just real quick, a quick shout out to Appropriate Name, which is one of our officers in Team Skunk at XCB, one of our Team Skunk divisions. He said, "I was holding off on Patreon because I thought it might be a hassle. Wasn't at all. Took like 30 seconds. Thanks for the great content tonight, at Lord Skunk, at McLeod, and of course at Remon. So thank you to our newest patron, Appropriate Name. Again, it does only take a few seconds, guys, and it's as low as $1 a month, man. It really helps support what we do. And again, our next goal, our next goal in the Patreon, if you guys get to that next goal, when we get that next goal, will be a webcam for Lord Skunk, and we will have a face reveal on the live shows, so you'll get to see me in all my glorious splendor on your computer screen or your mobile device screen, which will be pretty sick. So, and sick in a good way. So we'll be looking forward to that. So make sure you head over to our Patreon. You can go to lordskunk.com/support to check that out. Really appreciate it. Now, again, if you want to hang out with us in the live show after this and ask more questions or just general discussion or whatever it might be, or we could probably give away some good ally codes and things of that stuff over there, make sure you head over to lordskunk.com/discord to get into our Discord server. If you're not already in there, we're going to be meeting in the voice chat section. So when you get into Discord, you got to look over into the channels and scroll down. We're going to be in the voice chat section there, which we're in right now. We'll drop down a channel. We'll be in the Galaxy of Heroes voice chat. So again, head over to lordskunk.com/discord to hang out with us. Really appreciate it. Appreciate all the people that watched. If you haven't done so yet, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button on the video. It's greatly appreciated. We will be bringing you more great content and more good stuff. We got big stuff planned for 2017, so we can't wait to do it. Again, thank you to all the people that subscribed on Patreon. Thank you to all the people that participated in the gift card giveaway. Thanks to McLeod. Thanks to Remon for hanging out. And thanks for all the people that put in questions. So get your questions in for next week. We'll be sure to answer those on the live show. So I hope everybody has a fantastic Christmas. Everybody stay safe. And we'll see you right now over in the live show after party. Peace out, homies. Have a very skunky Christmas.